The next thing I want to be able to show you, these are wonderful little glass pieces. I love going to Habitat and Goodwill, and they've got all these wonderful shapes, but I don't like the colors and the designs on them. So here I was able to take my white lacquer and I was able to just make all of these beautiful shapes the same color. A lot of people don't realize that you can also paint books. So you'll notice in the cabinet too, I have little rescued books that I painted in the one step, as well as just little vases. Sometimes I'll get the clear ones for 50 cents. I'll go to a wholesale florist and get them. I'll use tape, as you'll see, with different designs, and create hostess gifts to be able to give to people. But what I was going for were the shapes and the look of the white lacquered glass pieces to go in this dark blue cabinet. So here I have a vase. I want to be able to show you how easy it is. And this is just a simple glass piece. I do want you to clean it well. Anytime you're going to be using one of our paints, whether it's a lacquer or it's the one step, you want to make sure that you clean it well first. So use the simple green, give it a bath with some water afterwards, and then you're ready to go. So the cool thing about this is, with the White Perfection lacquer, I can use it on ceramic, glass. Of course, I love using it on furniture, veneered pieces. You want to make sure that you shake it very, very well. Now this is going to be different. You're going to want to be able to work in an area outside, or you want to be able to work in your garage and make a little makeshift spray booth to be able to paint these with the lacquers. Some people will say, what's the difference between your nitrocellulose lacquers and maybe just using an acrylic paint or an oil paint? There's a major difference here. And with nitrocellulose lacquers, they literally meld. When I put on a first coat and a second coat and a third coat, they meld to where they build up to make this really beautiful sheen and finish. And I want you to think about the can of lacquer being like your brush. A lot of people have a tendency to spray it like you would hairspray. We've got to be very methodical with this. I will tell you, I'm in the studio here, and if I start spraying, it's going to have a tendency to kind of linger. I don't have a fan, or I'm not outside. So I want to be careful not to spray the whole piece to be able to just show you. But I want you to shake it up very well. And you're going to be very methodical again. It's just like it were a brush and I was painting it. So I'm going to, see how I pressed down on the button before I got started? So I'm always going to be overlapping. Basically, it's as simple as that. Usually on most of my glass pieces, I will do 2 coats. That allows me to be able to get really good coverage. You do need to use a tack cloth in between each layer to be able, if you go into sanding. Now, we wouldn't be sanding on glass, of course, but if I'm going to be working on a wooden piece of furniture, it's very important with lacquers to use a 400 grit sandpaper and lightly sand in between coats, tack cloth it, and then put on your second coat. I usually, on average, will recommend doing 3 coats of lacquer. So please stay in touch with us on social media and know that it's your turn now to take this knowledge and go enjoy the bragging rights.